back in. Yes. Okay. This is called the quadratic formula. So we've worked with solving quadratics by factoring. We've done completing the square. Now we'll do quadratic formula. This is the easiest one, or at least a lot of people think so, okay? So there's only 3 steps in this one. It's not like completing the square. We have to remember like 7 steps. The first one's just make sure it's in standard form. Does anybody know what standard form of a quadratic is? Yeah, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So everything's on the left side, and it has to be set equal to 0. That's called standard form. After that, you just identify a, b, and c. A is the number beside which one? X squared, good. B is this number. It's always going to be beside x, always. And c is just going to be a number without any variables beside it. And then once you identify a, b, and c, you just plug it into this formula right here. Okay? So starting with number 1, is this one in standard form? Yes, it's equal to 0. So what is our a in this one?
1.
Good. If there's not a number in front of x, it's going to be 1. B is what?
8.
And c?
15.
Very good. So a came from in front of x squared. B is the number in front of x. C is the constant. And now all you're going to do is, instead of writing this formula, like instead of negative b, you just replace b with 8. Yes, Antonio? Yes. So it'd be negative 8 plus or minus square root. And then I won't write 8 squared. We can just fill that in with what? 64. Good. So 64, that was b squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 15, all over 2 times a. And 2 times a in this case will just be what? 2. Alright, now this part underneath the radical right here, does anybody remember what this is called? Discriminant. Good. So that's what you want to deal with first. That's what you want to find first, is the discriminant before you worry about everything else. So 15 times 4 is going to give us what? 60. So this is going to be negative 8 plus or minus square root of 64 minus 60. Yes. So the 60 came from 4 times 15. And then 64 minus 60 is going to give us 4. And then the square root of 4 is what?
2.
So we have negative 8 plus or minus 2. We can take the radical away since we took that square root. Over 2. Bless you. And now, you know how completing the square yesterday we had 2 different answers? Same thing here. So up here I'm going to write my 2 different answers. One of them is going to be negative 8 plus 2 over 2. One of them is going to be negative 8 what? Minus 2 over 2. So, negative 8 plus 2 is what? Divided by 2? Thank you. And negative 8 minus 2? Divided by 2? Sweet. So the only hard part about these is just remembering the formula. And now that I taught you that cool song, you can remember it. But as long as you don't sing it out loud on test days. Alright. Any questions on that one? Let's move to C. We'll come back to part B. That one's pretty easy, so I'm going to let you try that one on your own. Now with C. Is this in standard form? What do we need to change? It is, because it's equal to what? So Darian, what is A?
3.
Alright. Miles, what is B?
3. Negative 3.
Good. And Abigail, what is C?
Negative 4.
Sweet. Does anybody want to tell me the quadratic formula without looking at the paper? Oh, hold on. Alright, Antonio, look straight at me.
Oh, great.
Go ahead. Hold on.
So.
Go ahead. Look at me. No, just tell me the formula.
Oh,
Yeah.
negative plus minus radical. squared
Mm-hmm.
plus the number.
No. You might want to try it. Alright, Mackenzie, look straight at me.
Negative 3 plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
Sweet. I'm going to do that every problem.
I was about to say
Can I toss it? Alright. So, this one has a negative 3 as our b. So, what do you think that's going to make it when we have negative b? A positive 3. Good. I'm so sorry. Maybe this thing will act right.
what do you make the negative? Oh, never mind.
There we go. Alright, so it's going to be positive 3 plus or minus square root. What would b squared be? 9. Good. Minus 4 times our a, which is 3, times c, which is negative 4. All over 2 times a, and a is 3, right? So 2 times 3 is what? Sweet. Okie dokie. Now we're going to do our what first? What's that called? Discriminant. Good. Discriminant. So right here, we would have 9 minus 4, 3, negative 4. What I want you to do every time you have something like this, multiply these 3 terms together first. Let me highlight them. Go ahead and multiply these 3 terms together first. So negative 4 times 3 times negative 4. Tell me what that gives you.
Negative 48.
Negative 48? Thank you. And then 9 plus 48 would give us what?
You said 9 minus 48? 7.
Plus 48. Thank you. Alright, and obviously we know 57 is not a perfect square. It is pretty ugly. Is there any perfect squares that can go into 57? What now?
3 and 6.
We need a perfect square that goes into 57.
No.
Good. There is not any. So we're just going to leave the answer just like that. Now, question. Could I take, I think Kate mentioned something about these two numbers. They have a 3 in common, right?
Yes, sir.
Could I take a 3 out of all of these?
No, that's going to add a factor.
Actually, in the red equation,
So I could take a 3 out of 57?
yeah, 3. It's been 7.
So 57, 3 goes into 57 evenly, right?
I'm just saying that's exactly 3.
I'm asking. It does? Okay, but is this 57?
No,
Square root of 57. Good, so we can't simplify. Leave it like that. Alright, who wants to try saying the formula? Looking at me. Hold on, let me get a piece of candy. Alright, Kate, go ahead.
Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac.
Can I have this?
Sure.
Alright, so let's do E together. The one right after it, then you're going to try B, D, and F on your own. Alright. Camden, is this in standard form?
No.
We need to do what?
Add 2a.
Alright, when we add 2x, guys, where are we going to put this 2x at?
In the middle.
In the middle. Good, because it's our B term. Alright, so now, Alyssa, what's our A? Brandon, what's our B?
2 as well.
Corbin, what's our C?
Negative 1.
Sweet. So, Amber, tell me how to set up the formula. Tell me how to write it with the numbers instead of letters.
Okay, it would be negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 minus 4 times 2 times
All over?
2 times
Which is? Good. Any questions about that part? Alright, again, these 3 terms right here, go ahead and multiply negative 4 times 2 times negative 1. That's going to give us what? Oops. 8. Good. So we'll have negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 plus 8, right? All over 4. And again, the 8 came from negative 4 times 2 times negative 1. Alright, 8 plus 4 gives us 12, right? Now, Logan, are there any perfect squares that go into 12?
4.
Good. So we're going to rewrite this square root of 12 as what? 4 times 3. So it's the same thing here. I'm just breaking it up, and I'm breaking it up to a perfect square because what am I going to do with that 4?
I'm going to bring it out the radical.
Good. And when I bring it out of the radical, it's going to give me what?
2.
Good. Square root of 4 is 2. What stays underneath the radical?
3.
Now, Colby, can I simplify this?
You take the negative 2
Say it again.
You take the negative 2 of the top and
Good. And right here, right? So let's take a 2 out of everything. This would make this, anybody? Negative 1 plus or minus just the square root of 3 over 2. Sweet. That's it. Questions? Anybody want to try to say the formula now? You want to try again?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Yes, ma'am. Look at me and say it.
Oh, man.
Can you try it? Look straight at me.
Negative b squared plus or minus.
Try it again.
Oh, no. Negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times c all over 2a.
Logan, go ahead. Look at me.
Negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4a. B squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, try these 3 on your own. The last 3 on your notes. Please let me know if you need help. If you want to check your answers when you get done, let me know. Yes. Which one? A? And just so you know, B, D, and F are all ugly answers.
Just curious.